月下我慢慢的读你，静静的想你，对着月亮说声我爱你，像做一架爱的天梯，爬上月亮去，与你并骑在那月亮里。
鸟儿对花儿说，它也爱唱情歌。花儿又对谁说，鸟儿飞来过。
眼看中秋佳节就要来到，可我手里没有多少钞票。看着物价越来越高，我的心里边特别烦恼。
路上的鸟儿成双对，
露水青山带笑颜。
梨花飞过情人来，万般相思盼君归。等到来年，梨花吐新人。
一生那么长，青春这么短，刚好的时间赐给我情缘。
一眼把我看穿，心把你装满，一双手儿牵，赛过了千年。
我和你相逢，美丽的遇见，才知道红尘还有如此的惊艳。
许下了从海枯到石人，你是我甜蜜的负担。
我们一起闯码头啊，马上和你要分手。醉人的汽笛淹没了哀愁，止不住的眼泪流。
靠天靠地要靠自己，爱拼才会赢，梦想才美丽，阳光快乐的。
你是我今生永远的痛，只能够来 sea. What can you do? I can surf in the sea.
Let's go！ 我像只鱼儿在你的河旁，只为和你守候那皎白月光。游过了四季，和光依然像。
玉面面情意，多少故事在心里。
回家喽！回家喽！回家喽！我要回家喽！兴奋的又要睡不着觉喽！买了好多礼物，虽然背着很辛苦，一想到你们会开心，就很知足。回家喽！回家喽！我要回家喽！明天的花就弄不好今天的心，心比天高的人就干不好傻事情。长路漫漫陪你一起走，明月清风共醉这杯酒，不管人生多少烦和忧。 그랬었구나 내가 그랬었구나 마음의 상처 주었었구나 月宫里的美，那一人的嘴，多少个夜晚我难以入睡。我恨我痴心，恨我没摔那酒杯，就不会喝醉，犯下这样罪。我立马千山外，听风唱着天籁，岁月已经更改，心胸依然自在。我立马千山外，听风唱着天籁，岁月已经更改，心胸依然自在。
朋友们，大家好！抖音又出新功能了，影集功能。首先打开拍摄界面，红色的圆圈下面有一个影集，打开。
我愿恨做一只美丽的蝴蝶，盼你是绽放的花香。我会轻轻。有人在你世界路过，有人为你的问题播，这就是游戏的规则感。
就算我也不是那么的出众，要做就做。
仙女啊，你长得漂亮好。
哎，这是录上的你看。
overpopulation means more pollution and starvation. More people mean more goods. Like cars have to be made. Cars mean more pollution. The world population is growing faster than food supplies. Our government is concerned about the poor and overpopulated countries and how they will be able to feed themselves. The problem will be great for the United States. Well, since we have the most food, we're going to have to decide who lives when the food runs out. Our humanitarian motives run deep. And our conscience will demand that we share until it hurts.
Come on, Mr. Bigwig. Cut it out. Everyone tells us the same thing. But that doesn't make it true. Overpopulated countries are in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Most of them have less people per square mile than countries in Europe. But it's whites that say overpopulation. Even in America, there are 30 million hungry people. There are 4 countries with few hungry people, because all the people share the resources of their country and help decide what gets made and how things are used. 1/4 of the world's people live in these countries. China, North Vietnam, North Korea, and Cuba. People are hungry in countries like Brazil because the land is owned by Americans who, instead of growing food, grow coffee, cotton, and rubber. Overpopulation is a hoax. People are poor and hungry because a few rich people steal the resources of the earth, which belong to everyone. There are not too many people. There is too much theft. Bigwig says there is pollution because there are too many people. But people don't pollute. Industry makes most of the dangerous things in the air. In San Jose, California, one factory of Owens Corning fiberglass makes more exhaust than 1 million new cars. Cars make about 1/2 the air pollution. But we're told that since we drive the cars, we should pay to clean up the air. We've been paying all along with the gasoline tax. By law, this tax is spent on highways, not smog-free public transportation. Over 12 million cars a year are junked, and we have to get rid of them. What choice do we have? The car pollutes, not the driver. It's the corporations who built the cars and used the profits they got from us to make sure we'd have no other way to get around, who pollute. But President Nixon says government and industry are taking the lead in pollution control. In 1969, American corporations spent a tiny 1.5% of their profits to clean up their own mess. But we really pay, since the government gives back 70% of that money in tax breaks. Taxpayers will pay $10 billion in the next 5 years for water treatment plants. Industry will pay only $3 billion, but they use 3/4 of our water. It's the same with air pollution. Whenever companies pay, they get tax breaks or raise prices and make us pay. The government sets up agencies to protect the environment. Corporations want to have their cake and eat it too. No wonder Mr. Bigwig says, people pollute. They want us to pay. The goal of these corporations is to make profits. So they have to sell the things they make. 20% of what they make is weapons. They cost a lot, and we never use most of them. Some are used to destroy Indochina. Big corporations get millions of dollars in profits by making these weapons. We pay for this with 70 cents out of each tax dollar. To make these weapons from steel and chemicals, millions of tons of pollution are produced. Most of what the corporations make is for us to buy. We spend thousands of dollars on cars, refrigerators, televisions, stoves, and washing machines that shouldn't cost so much. While we're trying to keep up the payments, the things break down. Advertisements are always telling us to buy something new to make us feel younger or sexier. Corporations spend billions of dollars each year on advertising. We keep paying, but we're no better off. Inflation is ruining many of us. But the big corporations have grown by 1/3 in the last 5 years. It's not just in America that these corporations run our lives. Other countries also see their resources stolen by corporations like United Fruit, Bank of America, and Gulf, which pay slave wages to hungry workers who have no other choice. American corporations want to control the resources of these countries because they've used them up in America. Vietnam is one of these countries. Our government fights against Vietnam with a war machine built by American corporations. Polluting Vietnam is one of their tactics. Our army has sprayed a weed killer called 2,3,5-T on 1/3 of Vietnam, 13 times more heavily than our government allows in this country. They spray it on villages. Besides killing trees, it causes many babies to be born dead and deformed. The same government that tells us about its concern for America's environment poisons the environment of Vietnam. The same corporations that pollute America while shouting pollution control make things to pollute Vietnam and call it saving Vietnam from the communists. Politicians and businessmen shout communism whenever the people of a country like Vietnam, Cuba, or the Dominican Republic want to get rid of the foreign businessmen and take control of their own resources. We really have a lot in common with the Vietnamese. The corporations that run America make profits off both of us. We are both victims of their ecological crimes. The Vietnamese are taking their country back. We could take America back too. We could take control of our resources and technology and make sure everyone had enough food, clothing, and housing. We could make sure the earth was not ruined for the sake of profits. That wouldn't mean going back to the horse and buggy, because nature can clean up reasonable amounts of dirt. That's what ecology is all about, keeping things in balance. We have too much pollution for the same reason we have bad housing, bad working conditions, discrimination, and wars of aggression. In America, the wealth is made for profit, not people. And the few people who gain wealth and power from this system will use every weapon they can to preserve it. But to survive, we have to take back that wealth and power, because the earth belongs to the people. So, let's all sing along with the earth.
beer. Sparkling, golden, pure, refreshing. A beverage as old as history. The ancient Babylonians were probably the first to brew beer. The Egyptians, too, brewed a beverage from fermented barley. It was a beer reserved for the great feasts of the day. The Roman conquest of Egypt introduced the beer to the Western civilization of the day, as Caesar and his warriors drank toasts to their victories. The Anglo-Saxon monks are credited with the development of many brewing formulas. The improved brews were well established as fine beverages, high in food value, by the time the Pilgrims set out for America. Later, taverns and inns became the meeting places of men who helped make American history as they enjoyed their favorite brews. Yes, the fine beer and ale we enjoy today are beverages with a heritage which is unequaled, yet they are as modern as today. In today's brewery laboratories, knowledge passed down through the centuries is combined with modern chemistry of food to produce beverages that would have been the envy of the kings and emperors of old. From the laboratory to the tanks where the finest of American malted grains are fermented, the beer of today is brewed under spotlessly clean conditions. Modern scientific instruments control the entire brewing process. No other food products get more careful attention in manufacture than American beer and ale. In addition, the brewing of this fine beer and ale today is one of America's great industries, contributing much to our economy. Some 400 modern breweries in operation today represent an investment of more than $2 billion in buildings and equipment. To staff these breweries requires nearly 100,000 employees, earning $350 million a year. American farms supply most of the ingredients required for brewing: barley, wheat, corn, rice, hops, and soybeans, thousands of tons of it. To be more specific, every year the farmers of America sell the breweries more than 1 billion pounds of farm products worth $250 million. From these fine golden grains, the breweries produce over 1 billion gallons of immaculately pure beer and ale in barrels, cans, and bottles to suit every taste, occasion, and personal preference. Beverages high in food value and rich in tradition, ready to add to gracious living the American way. About 1/4 of the spent grain goes back to the farms as cattle feed. Because of the high concentration of protein and fat, the spent grains are of special value in increasing milk production. In addition, the excess brewer's yeast is one of the richest sources of vitamin B complex. Much of it is used in preparation of vitamin extracts for medicinal purposes. These byproducts are, of course, untaxed. But the beer and ale itself are subjected to heavy direct federal and state excise taxes. Taxes which help pay the cost of fine schools, modern highways for our pleasure and communication, and operation of our government. Taxes on beer and ale provide $850 million a year to state and federal governments. This is in addition to the property and income taxes paid by the brewers, beer distributors, retailer, and their respective employees. The brewing industry is proud of its contributions to America in fine malt beverages, employment, raw material purchases, byproducts, and taxes. And so are the people who form the link between the brewers and the consuming public. As the connecting link, the men and women who distribute, sell, and serve malt beverages have a two-way responsibility. To the brewers, they are responsible for the protection of the quality of the beer and ale they handle. To the American public, the sellers and servers of beer have an even greater responsibility. And that's because, to the public, they are the brewing industry. They are good American citizens who take their responsibilities seriously. The distributors, for example, they know the importance of cleanliness. they make every effort to keep their storage buildings and delivery trucks spotless. Their drivers know the importance of friendliness, courtesy, and observance of traffic regulations. Grocers and takeout store operators, too, realize the importance of cleanliness, observance of the law, and service to the public. They know, for example, that the public expects them to stock beer and ale in the various sizes of bottles and cans available, as well as in a choice of brands. And as good American citizens, they know and obey the laws and regulations pertaining to the sale of beer, as well as all other laws governing their business. But the enjoyment of beer by Americans is not limited to family and neighborhood gatherings. Inns and taverns are part of American history. Today's taverns, though much more modern, strive to live up to the reputation established by the famous places of the past. Friendliness is still the aim, whether it be a sophisticated lounge, a small place in the industrial section of town, or the average tavern in the average neighborhood. The neighborhood tavern is a friendly meeting place for the community, the Average Citizens Club. Its owner, he's just another good American. He knows that he and his operation reflect on the whole brewing industry. He wants to keep that reflection a good one. And that's why he practices the 5 tested principles of good tavern operation. First of all, he protects the quality of the beer and ale he sells by serving it at the right temperature, whether it be in bottles or on draft. Second, he knows that he's serving beverages which are made under immaculate conditions. He believes they should be served in clean glasses and in clean surroundings. What's more, he knows that a tavern should be a friendly place where people can relax, discuss issues of the day, and enjoy sparkling malt beverages. People who come into his place are his guests. You might call that hospitality, something people expect in a tavern. That's especially important when it comes to serving members of the armed forces, whether they be from a nearby post, just passing through, or residents of the community on leave. The tavern operator knows he and the community have a responsibility to servicemen and women. He works with armed forces officials in all matters which might involve his operation so far as servicemen and women are concerned. And that brings us to the next principle of good tavern operation: observance of the laws. A good operator knows that laws are designed to help preserve the rights of everyone. He makes every effort to observe them and cooperates fully with all law enforcement agencies. Being a good citizen is the 5th principle of good tavern operation. He knows the public expects him and other businessmen to take an active part in all worthy local activities. He knows he must also serve on committees and support activities like the Community Chest, March of Dimes, Cancer Fund, Chamber of Commerce, and similar organizations. Yes, quality of product, cleanliness, friendliness, observance of the law, and good citizenship. These are the principles. There are some who look for any opportunity to magnify every mistake and use it to seek prohibition of the malt beverages, which add to the enjoyment of gracious living. However, more than 1 million Americans are a part of this great industry. As long as they and the millions more Americans whom they serve continue to live up to the fine heritage of beer and brewing, we can continue to enjoy gracious living with the help of fine beer and ale. Gracious living, self-government, freedom, tied to the way of doing things that have made the American economy what it is today and have helped make America great. That's the way we, as Americans, like it.
coffee house is a great idea for kids. You know, a place of our own without a lot of parents peering down our backs.
Let's score, let's score, let's score! T-E-A-M! Let's score, let's score, let's score! T-E!
Decided he wanted to build a coffee house and asked me if it'd be all right if he used a little portion of the basement to have a place of his own. And he had an open house and he had about 30 kids out. And it was so successful that he decided he'd like to have a little bigger, and he asked if he could have about 6 more feet of our basement. And then he took another 6 feet, and finally wound up that we decided that we ought to make it a little more permanent.
Having a coffee house in their home helps keep the teenagers off the street. It gives them something to do and something to, an outlet for their energies.
So they got working, he and his dad, and got it all fixed up. But then it came to bringing in some furniture, and he brought all the old chairs he could find, and his boyfriends brought in old things. And I didn't go along with that at all. I thought we should go around to secondhand stores and get some 4 chairs that were alike and paint them a nice color, but no, he didn't want that.
Well, we serve coffee for a purpose. The part of the general theme of a coffee house and what everybody associates with coffee is coffee itself. I realize when people think of coffee houses, right away they think of beatniks and anything that's linked with them. But what we're trying to show is where kids can get together, really something unique and inspiring, I think, about a coffee house.
You know, we have 3 basement coffee houses in Racine. There's the Pit, of course, and the Ship's Wheel, and then there's the Provincial Club.
Friday and Saturday night, if you don't like rock and roll, there's not much else you can do except to come to more or less a coffee house.
Being in a coffee house, you associate with people more, and you get to know who they are and find out more about them, and you understand more.
A place to get together with kids, a few laughs, listen to some good music, and a different atmosphere altogether.
I think we're leaving a good pattern for other kids, other students at the high schools that would like to do the same thing.
Brandeis University is a very modern college. Well, we even have our own coffee house, Chumley's.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chumley's. Tonight I'd like to present for your listening enjoyment the essential noise.
Anybody can find something that they like in Chumley's. The variety of things that happen here between the folk music and the chamber concerts and the poetry readings
is enough that it can fit into anybody's plan.
They tend to attract a rather circumscribed clientele. There are a group of cool people on campus, not meaning it derogatorily, but just people who consider themselves swinging. And if you consider yourself swinging, well, you just have to go to the coffee house for one reason or another. It's the place to be and the place to be seen.
The coffee shop was originally founded by the school and was organized by the school, and the original money was put up by the school. And they have more or less subsidized us and helped renovated it and kept it in the shape it's in up till now.
While it's completely on the initiative of the student council and the students to create the environment, we in the Dean's office are very encouraging of this activity. Close to 300 to 400 students enjoy and participate and express themselves through this medium of their talent and of their need to communicate significantly to one another and perhaps even to the world at large.
It's a middle-class image or an intellectual, totally intellectual, high intellectual sanction against stereotypes. You know, this is bad, bad, bad. But I mean, how else do you choose your friends? You choose your friends because there are certain things.
Well, I don't think it's so much. I think we're using this word stereotype too much. It's not really the right word. I think it's more of this role-playing bit. You know,
If the sign which prophesies and the end which brings joy are separate, it is because somewhere we stopped listening to our heartbeat and started on the clock. Taurus Bulba on his deathbed. I have lain with slow dreams and asked, of what love? Behind the door the grove obscures the fallen star, and of the angel of night who may speak? Can you but know? An angel exclaiming with joy and eternal delight. Or a devil declaiming that boy blows your mind outside. Who's got it? Who's got the right to stop it from running away?
People come here because it provides a relatively somber atmosphere for talking about the serious concerns of the day, such as life, love, God, and Vietnam.
About a year and a half ago, we started the coffee house, and it grew naturally from using entertainment on Sunday evening, and then it became a coffee house on Friday evening for the adults of the church, and a desire on my part to speak to the community and to involve the community in some kind of dialogue or communication. Twice a month, every second and fourth Friday evening, we transform our social hall into an actual coffee house setting with small tables and circles of chairs and a spotlight on the entertainment. And then high school girls serve the refreshments, coffee and chips and pretzels and so forth.
We'd like to do a really big number for you right now. It's a very beautiful thing entitled Teenage Teen. As you can tell by the title, it's a protest song. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shooby-dooby, yeah, oh, shooby-dooby, yeah, oh, shooby-dooby, yeah, oh, I'm just a teenage teen. Well, I'm a teenage teen and I'm in my teens. I'm a teenage teen and I'm really mean. I'm a teenage teen and I'm quite obscene. You better watch out when you're teenage teen. Ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong. I got a girl, she's truly fine. I really love that baby of mine. I love her now and I always will, 'cause we both use Clearasil.
Too often church-sponsored activities simply try to bring people in order to convert them into the church, and usually it doesn't work. Once people find out about it, they don't come back, because it's pretty hard to change people's ideas that quickly. But the Brethren Coffee House isn't this sort of an organization. It's simply run as a coffee house. And since people realize this, they don't hesitate to come back and enjoy themselves time after time.
I truly think that if the
church is going to get out into the world and make a better place of it, especially for the youth, that they're going to have to offer something to the youth on their own level. I think this is the only way a church can continue, and I believe that what we have here is an excellent beginning.
Well, there's not too many places in Glendale for teenagers to go, and so I come here because it has very good entertainment.
To tell the truth, I really didn't think it was going to be a success. But when I first came, I realized that it was going to be a real good place for kids to come.
The idea of a coffee house in a church is kind of strange, but it's really worked out very well.
I think that the Brethren Coffee House is a great place to go.
Swing down, swing down.
Why don't you?
Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got a home on the other side. Let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got a home on the other side. Well, I heard such a rumbling in the sky. I thought my Lord was passing by. It was a dear old chariot, a drawing nigh. Well, it certainly swept the sky. Why don't you swing down, church, stop and let me ride? Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got a home on the other side. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, calm and easy. I got a home on the other
I've been amazed at the response to the Brethren Coffee House here at Glendale. The interest has been overwhelming from people across the country, from churches and other groups as well. And so the coffee house idea and the folk singing is in keeping with the times and does speak to life in a very meaningful way.
Hello, Mom. This is Ralph. Judy and Frank want me to stay for dinner. Is it all right with you? Oh, gee, thanks. Bye.
There's something we all enjoy about staying for dinner. Have you ever thought why? It's because eating with others is fun. People like to come together at meal times. They enjoy each other's company while they're enjoying good food. Mealtime is fun for Frank. And it's fun for Judy, too. But it's different with Ralph.
Will you have some peas, Ralph?
Gosh, Mrs. Scott, I don't like peas.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, how about a baked potato then?
Well, okay. Gee, Ralph, why aren't you eating? Remember that picture we saw? What picture? The picture with the hand and the 5 groups of food. Oh, that was just schoolwork.
No, Ralph isn't enjoying his dinner much. Maybe it's because of that candy bar he had just before dinner. Whatever it is, Ralph's good time with Frank and Judy is spoiled. The next day is Saturday, and Ralph's tired. But Frank and Judy feel differently.
We're going skating today. Can Ralph come with us?
Well, I don't know. I think he's still in his room. Just a moment. Let me see. Ralph, Frank and Judy are here and want you to go skating with them.
Hi, Frank. Hi, Judy. Hi. Can you go skating with us outside? It's just right. I don't don't feel like going skating. Thanks anyway.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Maybe he can go tomorrow. Bye, kids.
Bye.
That's how it's been for quite some time. Ralph just hasn't had the pep that he should have. And now, Ralph begins to wonder why. Maybe there was something more in last week's classwork than he had thought. That hand, for instance, that his teacher had drawn. 5 fingers that point the way to health. What was it now? Bread and butter or margarine, milk and cheese, meat and eggs, vegetables, and fruits. Those are the foods you should eat every day if you want to be healthy. The first one, bread and butter or margarine, reminds him of Kenneth. Why? Because those are foods, and Kenneth has the most energy in class. Whole grain breads like whole wheat and rye are especially good for you. If you do eat white bread, make sure it's enriched. Enriched bread has vitamins added to it. Cereals give the same kind of energy and health values that bread does, especially whole wheat cereals and oatmeal. Butter and margarine contain fats. They give you energy in a different way from breads and cereals. Butter and fortified margarine have vitamin A in them, which is necessary to good health. The second finger that points to health represents milk and cheese, and somehow they remind Ralph of the tallest children in class. That's because milk and cheese help the body grow. Milk is about the most perfect food there is. A glassful at every meal is good for you, and with one more, that makes a quart a day. Vitamin D milk helps build strong bones and teeth. And Ralph has decided that it must be lots of milk which has given Linda such a bright smile. Cheese is a bodybuilder too, and there are many kinds to choose from. The third finger represents meat and eggs. And Ralph thinks of George right away, because he's the huskiest and the strongest boy in class. Meat and eggs help the body grow and make it strong. Meat is good for you, and there are many kinds. There's beef, there's pork and ham, there's lamb. Fish is good, and so is chicken and other poultry. An egg a day is good for you too. Boiled, fried, scrambled, poached, or any way. Meats and eggs are high in protein, which helps build red blood and strong muscles. The fourth finger, pointing the way to health, represents vegetables. And here Ralph thinks of several children in his class, for there are many kinds of vegetables. Potatoes, for instance, are an energy food, and baked potatoes, eaten with their skins and butter or margarine, have lots of vitamins and minerals too. When it comes to green and yellow vegetables, Ralph thinks of Wendy, the prettiest girl in the class. And there are so many different kinds. Green vegetables like string beans, asparagus, and broccoli. There are salad vegetables like lettuce, and many others like celery, radishes, and carrots. Carrots are good cooked too, and so is squash and other yellow vegetables like rutabaga. Cauliflower and cabbage are good too. Yes, there are hundreds of wonderful vegetables. The important thing is that all kinds of vegetables are good for you, whether they're raw or cooked. They're important for good health, for lots of energy and pep, for clear skin and bright eyes, for shining, gleaming hair, and above all, for that wonderful sense of feeling good. The last finger represents fruit, and there are two kinds. Some are especially rich in vitamin C and help ward off some of the diseases that keep you in bed. They help cuts and bruises heal faster too. Foods with lots of vitamin C in them include orange juice, grapefruit, strawberries, melons, and of course, whole oranges. Certain vegetables like tomatoes and raw cabbage are also rich in vitamin C. You should have a vitamin C food every day, provided it isn't stored in the body very long. Finally, there are the fruits we eat for dessert. Wonderful fruits like apples, bananas, peaches, pears, plums, grapes, and many others. Nuts make a good dessert too. They're rich in energy, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. And now, as Ralph thinks about it, he realizes that each of the children he admires depend on all the food's health and not on just one food. George is strong, Wendy is pretty, Linda has a bright smile, and Kenneth has lots of pep, not because of any one food that they eat, but because they eat some of all kinds of food. For it takes 5 fingers to point the way to healthful eating habits. And Ralph goes over them in his mind. Every day, eat bread and butter, milk and cheese, meat and eggs, vegetables, fruits, and a vitamin C food. Thinking about all this food has made him hungry. He has a candy bar around as usual. But now Ralph has a better idea of why he shouldn't let candy and sweets substitute for other foods. Sweets don't have the proteins, the vitamins, or the minerals, the bodybuilding qualities of other foods. So for the next few months, Ralph really worked at learning to eat all kinds of foods.
Ralph, would you like some peas?
I don't want. Well, okay.
Well, what happened to you?
He'd sample everything that was served to him. And even if it didn't happen to be a food that he preferred, he'd eat some of it anyway. At night, he'd go over the 5 food groups and see how he had done that day. After a month or 2 of this, Ralph suddenly realized that a slow change had taken place without his noticing it. He found that eating had become fun. What's more, his health was better and he had more pep. He had more fun than he used to and more friends. And all because he had learned to eat by counting his foods on his fingers.